What's going on, y'all? It's good old Monday. Getting my boy out to school. Then about to head out and start running my route, whatever I gotta get done before it's time to get the day started, because we do got some rain that will be getting here around about 1 o'clock, so gotta make sure I plan around that. Supposed to be going back to a property and putting out some sod, but that's gonna have to be tomorrow. It was a busy weekend. A little bit of a headache of a weekend. That St. Augustine sod that I got, it was not the best sod, I must say. You ever get some sod and when you're putting it down, you have to, it keeps breaking. It just kept breaking. You could not pick up a full piece of sod. This sod was rough. It was rough. Oh boy. But I prevailed. I made it through. You ready for school today? You ready for the week? Say what up. Say what up, y'all boys. You quiet and tired in the morning, boy. Yeah, gotta get them off to school, y'all. Gotta get them there and get the day started. Yeah, I gotta run some routes. I got a little bit of a fire to put out with irrigation system. So we did a Bermuda lawn install, and I don't like to really do any type of change orders throughout the project to make sure I was finished. I was telling y'all about this on our previous videos. Anywho, I managed to go ahead and get the job done, and the guy was on my neck about his irrigation. He wanted me to look at his irrigation. So mid-project, I had my technician come by and help out with the irrigation, checking the valves. Of course, he had some leaks, so he had like 3 zones that was failing with his irrigation. So we changed them out. He had a faulty modular inside his control box. Changed that out, and we noticed that it's still puddling on one side of the home, like close to where the controller box is. But we noticed he has a sprinkler head that's within his landscape that sprays out into the lawn, and it's a little bit more elevated where that head is, so water goes to the lowest spot. So we believe he got some puddling going on because he got too much output on that head right there. He said he didn't have the issue before, so we're just gonna go there today and do some troubleshooting. He was saying one of the heads wasn't working. It wasn't a problem before. But anywho, we've already we're gonna make it right, because I've already charged the guy like almost $1,000 for changing out some of the stuff that we've already changed out. So I'm the type of person, I get it right. Like, we fixed the problems, like everything's functioning properly, but he said he got water puddling a little bit more than he want. So we're gonna go through and do our thing. But I'm gonna meet up with my technician around 9 o'clock. I really gotta dial into today as far as the timing of things. I gotta get the aerator back. I got the stand-on aerator that I was utilizing this weekend, just to get a couple jobs knocked out. Luckily, I didn't go crazy. I got majority of my aerations booked for the 18th of this month, which is 11 days away. So I'll be doing a lot of aerations mid-April, top dressing and things like that. But
Good morning.
And he's off to school he goes. But I got a lot of little work I gotta do today, and I gotta map out everything accordingly, because timing. I was looking at my CRM. I keep getting leads in. The phone keeps ringing and leads coming in. That's what it is. That's what Spring Rush is about. Being able to process these leads, get them answers to whatever questions they have, and also in a professional manner. I was telling y'all about a job I had quoted that I had lost. That, go look at the video. I lost the job, lost the bid, but my intuition told me that I would be getting a follow-up. Now, I ain't gonna say a follow-up. My intuition told me I would close that job, and I didn't. And I was very surprised. It's like, bruh, like, I did what I know I was supposed to do to close that job. And it was very surprising. I was very surprised that I didn't close. Like, I don't know if y'all be feeling like that, but I was very surprised that I didn't close a job. I know it was like a little bit costly, but the experience, how I felt after I left, and my follow-up, punctuality, everything, I feel like I checked off all the boxes. I answered any objection, any questions they had. I just feel like it was an open book. Like, there's no other option besides me. That's just how I felt about it. And the husband told me, he was like, hey, we went with someone else because your price was a bit much. So I was like, my response to him was, thank you guys for allowing me the opportunity to be able to service you guys, and just considering us. However, you can phase the project. You don't have to go with everything at once. Notice I said you can phase the project, meaning yes, it's little 5-figure project, but in the same token, you don't have to spend everything at once. Like, do it in phases. If you want everything, do it in phases. If you feel like it's outside of your budget, that's why it's itemized and broken down like that. So just because you clicked every box and it wasn't the price that you wanted, don't mean I'm out of price. No, I mean I'm way too much. No, you getting stuff that you want to do something that it's just costly. Phase it out. Don't do it all at once. That way you feel as if it's more affordable for you. But anywho, I closed the job, y'all. I closed the job. They called me back. Yes. The decision maker. Who's the decision maker? The wife. She called me back. And she was like, she didn't call, she texted. She said, hey, are you still available to do our project? And I was like, huh? I was like, yes. How could I assist you guys? She's like, I would like to add something, and also I would like to do Georgia instead of St. Augustine. I'm like, really? So I revised that within an hour. I texted back. Like, I try to be punctual on texting them back. We text back for like 5 minutes. I asked her, did she have a different, was she satisfied with the design that I sent over, or did she have something different in mind? This is me still having an open mind to, hey, even though you sent the design that was nice, see if they was both on board with how it looked. But she said, we definitely would like to go with the design that you sent over. I'm like, yes, sir. I got the eye. I made the design right. That helped sell the project. But anywho, after I revised it, sent it over, it's around I think this is around 2 o'clock we talking. 2 p.m. yesterday, and then 4 o'clock hit. I sent it over. It was like almost 3 o'clock when we stopped texting. I sent it at right around 4:07, and then they start. Of course, my CRM, it shows me when people start to click things and select services and all that stuff. So I seen the ticket price go up. I'm like, uh-oh, well, like somebody about to get with it. And they went ahead and they went with almost everything except one thing, but it's still a nice project. And around, I think 6-7 p.m. because I got the husband and the wife 2 emails, so it shows me what either one of them are doing. Like, it'll show me a Frank selected this service, or Frank paid, and then it shows Betty looked at this. It shows me exactly what they're doing within my smart file. So I was super excited about that. Made my day yesterday. I had a long day yesterday, y'all. Long day. Yes, it was Sunday, but Sunday's usually my family day, and I usually, but I had some underlying things that I had hiccups on. So for one, Saturday, I tried to make it to the side farm Friday to do a St. Augustine lawn. Smart me, ripping and running, too busy. I actually put down St. Augustine, but I quoted him for both St. Augustine and Zion, Georgia. Tell me why it was Zion, Georgia I supposed to have. And I was like, no. And mind you, we had Flower Town event. We had a Cooper Bridge run. We had a lot of stuff going on in, Charleston area. So trying to get some side here on, Monday or the next day, it was kind of out of the book. So I was like, hey, went to the customer. I was like, hey, because he got home. He's like, yeah, this is the Georgia, right? I'm like, no. I was like, let me look and see what you see. Like, that's what I selected. I was like, okay. I went, looked at the estimate, sure enough, and I came back to him. I said, hey, man, I apologize. I made an honest mistake. I know, because we talked about St. Augustine for the longest, but he chose Georgia. So I was like, hey, I made an honest mistake. And actually brought the wrong grass type. I say, but what I'll do is I'll put the order in. It'll be here Monday, Tuesday, and we'll get it done. He's like, man, no problem, man. It's no biggie, man. He said, I figured, he's like, man, as long as, it's the right grass. He's like, I'm no pressure, man. You guys have been amazing. So he had a good customer, good communicating with them throughout the full process, really helped out with that process. But meanwhile, so I got this St. Augustine. We had to pick it up, y'all. We put St. Augustine down. It wasn't much. We only had put a pallet down. Had to pick that pallet up, put it on the truck. Man, the more you have to touch side that's breaking apart, sucks. It keep just breaking. I'm talking about, like, after we put I think 6-7 pieces of sod, because they come in, St. Augustine come in with the 2.5 foot slabs or whatever. After we put 7 of them on there, and we took those 7 off, literally, I ain't gonna say half of the barrel, but I feel like a quarter of the wheelbarrow had soil from the bottom of the side. It was falling apart so crazy. I was like, man, it's the worst side I've ever had, ever. I never had side that bad. And I've had St. Augustine before, but I worked with 5 different farms in my area. I never got their St. Augustine from this specific one. Reason being, the other one was just so great. I just feel like I didn't, need it to. But anywho, side was piece of trash. So me being the salesman I am, I resold it. I sold that St. Augustine to another client. Somebody who didn't even inquire about it. I sold it to him because I was like, I ain't taking no L's. I ain't doing that. I'll figure out a way to get it off. So sold it to a different client, and I was putting that down yesterday. So Saturday, I was supposed to be putting down Georgia, but I was putting down St. Augustine. Had to pick the St. Augustine up, put it on the truck, and then basically I sold it, and I had to unload it again after I've already loaded it up in the wheelbarrow and put it on the lawn. So that process sucked. The side was trash. I would say 3.0. It was garbage St. Augustine. But I'm gonna make it happen though. One thing about me, I know how to make that grass grow. So I put it down, put down my hit it with some C-Hume, made sure I flattened it out and stuff like that. So I ain't tripping too bad, you know. My boy getting it in. Check him in with the 30-inch Toro on a bank property. What we talking about? Boy getting it in. A Toro make it do what it do. But yeah, that's busy weekend. I worked until about 7 o'clock at night. I had a long day. I did some lawn aerations as well. I aerated the lawn, so I was getting it in. I made it happen, but then I had to get the truck cleared off with that St. Augustine because I had to put the aerator on, and I didn't want to have that sod in the place, and like it's just messy, bro. And I know y'all know what I'm talking about when you gotta make sure you unload the truck to put something else on, because that sod that's stand on aerators decent size, and I don't want all that stuff like just in a way. So anywho, I made it happen, y'all. But busy weekend. Got a busy day today. I got to do a lot of estimates. I got a lot of inquiries I got to send out. But I'm gonna holler at y'all later.